this trip, I am testing a new tent. The tent I am testing today is the Hyperlite Crosspeak 2. This is a 2-person freestanding Dyneema tent, and I am very excited to try it out. It's 2 p.m. right now. By the time I got the stuff ready and made it to the park, had lunch at the truck, it was already past 1:30 p.m. So right now it's just past 2 p.m. I was here with my kid. We brought 6 liters of water for the 2 of us. So what do you think of this trip so far?
Good.
And that was just enough. It was perfect. And we had plenty of water to get us back to the car. 4 liters, I'm hoping it's enough. Typically, during the summer, when I do my summer backpacking trips out here, and the temperature is in the 90s, I usually or typically bring about 6 to 7 liters of water. Okay, so I am at mile 4.74. I think I'm going to hike until mile 5, and then I'm gonna go off trail and find camp. I think we found camp. This is a good area. Let me see if I can point the camera. All this right here, it's kind of flat, and I do have a view up there. That's probably, if I'm guessing right, that's where the sun is gonna rise in the morning, so I'll have a nice view. Out of everything that I've walked and checked, that's probably gonna be the best spot here. It's semi-flat. I mean, it's almost flat, so that's good. Everything else is pretty slanted, and I should have a nice view in the morning there. So yay, I'm excited. It is 4:23 p.m. so it's not too bad. There's still plenty of sunlight out, so I'll get ready to set up the tent. Okay, so I brought an assortment of different stakes today, just because sometimes I struggle with the soil out here. Sometimes it can be a little too loose, and a regular 6-inch spike tends to come loose. I actually got these 9-inch jumbo sticks, because of that reason, because I found myself out here sometimes struggling to keep the line on the ground, keep the spike on the ground, because it can be a little too loose in some areas. It can be a little too sandy. So again, I brought a different assortment of stakes, and right now I'm just gonna loosely kind of set it in place, just so it's not flying away. There she is. So this was actually a good, perfect spot. I'm a little bit close there to the to that tree. I'll open up the vestibule on this side. This wasn't bad at all. I don't think it's gonna be super windy tonight, but there is some guy out points that you can use, and also here in the middle, this location I'm actually kind of sheltered, so even if it gets a little bit windy, it shouldn't be too bad. This is pretty much the clip system that Hyperlite uses on a lot of their stuff these days. And so what you do is you just switch it to either side depending on which vestibule you're gonna use. The operation of the zippers, it's a easy one. It's a simple, very smooth zipper that you can totally use one-handed. And let's see, it's got a magnetic clasp there to hold the door open, and the door, it's kind of a half moon, I guess, design. Vestibule is not ginormous. I mean, it's got a good size, but yeah, it's a little bit on the smaller side, which I am okay with. And the door, see, the doors roll all the way to the top. Another feature of this tent is that you can actually use a trekking pole to give it some extra support if you need to. And I'm gonna go in there, and I guess that's how the trekking pole would set up. Same on the other side. I like this because it gives you more. It makes it easier for the zipper to do a one hand operation here. The one thing I'm not too excited about is that it feels like the trekking pole is a little bit on the it's a little bit on the center of the door. I would have preferred to have the trekking pole a little bit more to the side so that it's not in the way of the door, right? But you know. Okay. Time to come inside and set up everything. The one thing I always forget is to bring some sort of a mat. I need to bring some kind of mat, especially when I have to kind of clear the area like I did today. It just makes it so dusty, and then you're bringing all of that inside the tent. But so here we go. But so now we're inside the tent, and there's really not a whole lot to the inside of the tent. Just, I would say, pretty much like any other Dyneema tent. There's not a whole lot of storage. The only storage there is inside this tent right now is the two side pocket. There's two loops here at the ends. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put a piece of guideline in there so that I can hang my lantern if I need to. But that's all the storage you get on these tents, and I'm okay with that. My Z-Packs trekking pole tent is the same thing. The only storage I get is basically the same side pocket. Okay, so far, what's my first impression here out in the wild? It's spacious, it's roomy for a single person. I'm pretty sure you can make it work with 2 people inside the tent. It's gonna be a little bit tight, right? But I'm pretty sure you can make it work. If I sit at the edge here, if I'm sitting this way, just for reference, I am 5'7", so you know, I got tons of room in the tent. This is tons of space for 2 people to sit and possibly, you know, have a good conversation. So far, I do like it. This right here, I really like how they do the corners, how there's like a little insert on the corners that keep this top floor. It keeps it very square at the corners. I really like that, because again, my trekking pole tent, it's just like a big tub floor. There's really not a whole lot of structure to the floor, and that's most Dyneema tents, or most trekking pole tents, I would assume. I am a huge fan of systems. Not too long ago, I've dug into the Hyperlite PODS system, and I really enjoy it as well. I also got one of their ZPs, I believe is what they're called. But these pods, I really enjoy these pods, because this is the larger one, not the largest that they carry, but this is the large one, up to 50-liter backpacks. Pack I was using today, that's a 50-liter, and then I believe they have 2 other sizes that go up to 70-liter. So those are probably going to be just a little bit bigger. But on this one, I like putting my quilt, right? So this is my so this is the Enlightened Equipment Enigma, and I pair the quilt. I pair my quilt with a ZenBB mattress sheet. That is my sleep system, and that goes in the. This is a 13-liter pod, and then on the 9-liter pod, I have my puffy jacket, sleep shorts, pillow, and my change of clothes for tonight, right? My clean clothes, so a shirt, underwear, socks, beanie. That is my change of clothes, and my air mattress. So that's basically what I carry. Everything that I need to stay out here basically fits inside these 2 pods. And this is the, let's see, this is the 3-liter ZP, again from Hyperlite. And on this one is where I carry all my electronics. It's basically my ditty bag, right? So air pump, charger for batteries for the camera, microphones, FlexTel, bug repellents, guideline, 10,000 milliamp battery pack, head torch, pocket knife. But mainly why I bring it is because it's got a ferro rod at the end of it. And if for any reason my stove, it's got a piezo igniter, and if for any reason the igniter doesn't want to work, I can just open the gas and I can use this. Well, maybe I shouldn't do it in here, but but you know what I mean. It's a ferro rod, so you can spark and then you can get fire going that way. So that's everything that I put inside this ditty bag. There's a few other things that I carry with me during hiking, like batteries for the camera. I usually carry 3 of those batteries, one in the camera and 2 extra on my pocket. And then when I have 2 that are dead, then I put them inside this charger, right? And then I can charge two at a time. Tonight we have Backpackers Country fettuccine alfredo with chicken. Okay, so it is 7:34 p.m. and it's getting chilly. I put on my puffy jacket. I'm glad I brought it. I was thinking, you know, because it's quite warm at home and during the day it's quite warm, I was thinking maybe I don't need the jacket, maybe I'll just bring a sweater. But I'm glad I brought the jacket because it's still a little bit chilly. I'm reading 49 degrees on my thermometer outside the tent. So it's not cold. It's not cold, but it's a little bit chilly. So I think I'm gonna wait maybe another 20 minutes or so to make a coffee. And then I'll probably go inside the tent. So that is the vestibule space that you get on this tent. Like I said, it's not a whole lot. You can still put the pack outside, of course you can. I ended up putting the trekking pole and I put it slanted up against the door so that it's not so much in my way when I'm trying to get in. And then on the bottom, I'm not even sure if that is supposed to be for the trekking pole. I'm assuming it is, but instead of putting the trekking pole, I grabbed one of my spikes, one of my ultralight spikes that have, these are MSRs, I believe. I'm using one of the spikes to hold the tent. I'm doing the same thing on the other side, and I did the same thing with the trekking pole on the other side. I mean, I have the trekking poles. Might as well use them on the tent just to try it out. But when you do that, of course, that gives the tent more rigidity up on the top if you're maybe backpacking on snowy conditions, or if it's like really windy and you need to give the tent a little bit extra support. But as it is, it's a very sturdy tent. Just because of the design of the poles running inside the sleeves, it makes for a very sturdy tent. I'm really happy with it. Good morning. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful morning. Sun is rising right now. We are past the twilight and golden hour, and now we are officially at sunrise. It's 6:14 a.m. and I'm about to make some yummy coffee. I've been saving this Death Wish coffee for a special occasion, I guess. Yeah, that'll do. Let's see, Death Wish coffee. That's a little hot. Yummy. Let's put, I have a sleeve, I have an insulated sleeve for this mug that I purchased off of Amazon, and it's for toques. That's a toques pot. So it's like putting a cozy, it's like putting a puffy jacket on the mug, but maybe it'll help it retain the heat a little bit longer, and at least you can grab it and not be super hot, not burn your hands. That's yummy. Love hearing the birds in the morning. Okay, so it was a wonderful sunrise, and I think I'm gonna start getting ready to pack up. It's 7:30. I'm gonna try my best to be out of here by 8. It is definitely past 9. No, it's 8:43. So it's definitely a lot later than I wanted it to be. But it is what it is. I should still be getting back to my car hopefully around noon, no later than 1. And I don't have too far of a hike to get to the trail. So, all right, let's get going. I am back on trail. Everything's so full of color right now. Everything's blooming. In comparison to my Z-Packs, it's basically the same in weight. It's almost identical. I think I did the math. Hold on. Okay, so I had to stop for a minute to look into my notes. So the Z-Packs, Z-Packs with the trekking poles, no stakes, just the tent and trekking poles, comes out to 2 pounds and 6 ounces on my scale at home. And then this new Hyperlite tent with the included poles, again, no stakes, just the tent and the poles, comes to 2 pounds 2 ounces. That is not including stakes. All right, friends, I hope I gave you enough information about this Hyperlite freestanding tent. I definitely like it, definitely enjoyed it. I'm really happy with the purchase. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And as always, hope to see you out on the next one. Bye.